Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. You clicked on to long range weather forecast discussion for June 4th to the 18th. Today's opening day of the hurricane season for the Atlantic Basin. And we're starting off with a system here that could develop at any time. This is current satellite imagery. And you can see it has a well-defined low-level circulation. It's starting to look tropical. You can start seeing the bands spinning in, and the National Hurricane Center gives it a 70% chance of development, and it could form later today, if not already. We're going to take a look at another thing. This is the reconnaissance that came out. I don't know if you can see this, and the altitude, it's flying at altitude 1,580 meters. That's 5,180 feet. Flat level winds from 30 degrees at 28 knots from the north-northeast, 32 miles per hour. And winds are obtained using Doppler radar and initial systems. The flight level temperature is 55 degrees. The flight level dew point is 54 degrees. Weather within 30 nautical miles unknown, either due to darkness or some other cause. And turbulence none. And conditions along flight rules and clouds all times. Continuous instrument meteorological conditions. And radar capability, yes. A 800 millibar surface altitude of 1,499 geopotential meters. That's 4,918 geopotential feet. That's the current altimeter. That's the official, what I'm going to say, recon coming out from that. There is a plane out there investigating it, and it should form at any moment, like I said. Now, here's the HMON. We're going to take a look at this. And we're going to take a look at the HMON if we can. And once it loads, I thought it was just by clicking that it would load. But this is the HMON. It's starting out at 1,006 millibars. Okay, here's the HMON. Maybe we can slow it down a little bit. I started seeing it. Doesn't really intensify all that much. And this is the other hurricane model. And it seems like that was usually the case. The worst side is on the northeast side, east and northeast side. And we'll take a look at that at the surface. Okay. This is the GFS. Kind of meanders there across the Gulf. And here's a European. It kind of moves north and then moves southward again, so it has to be watched. But conditions are forecast to be less favorable as it gets down here. Now, another thing we're going to look at here is the rainfall amounts. Do I have the rainfall amounts somewhere? Okay, here. The rainfall amounts. Here's the GFS. Then it starts to move southward. Here's a European. So it kind of keeps it away, but still there'll be a lot of rain current across the Florida Peninsula, and this is the rainfall in 6-hour intervals. But it looks like the heavy rain stays offshore. It might come into Panhandle here, but we have to keep an eye on that. So, like I said, the National Hurricane Center is watching this for further development. And let's see if we can take a closer look at the surface. We have it right here. This is the GFS. Here's the European. So this lot has to be watched in very shortly for development. Okay, we're going to look now at the period for June 4th to the 8th. And we have a ridge here that builds across upper Mississippi Valley, across south central Canada, above normal heights, across much of the middle, across Canada, and the high latitudes maybe mix here according to the GEFS. And we have a trough here along the west and the east coast. Now, the ridge will cause above normal temperatures from the northern, central, middle, upper Mississippi valleys into next week. Above normal temperatures forecast for the northwest and the north central states through at least midweek. And then we'll take a look at the surface here. Then we're going to have a weakening upper low expected to linger over the northern Rockies. And along with a southern Pacific low that will move in and reach Southern California by Monday. Here it is right here. And this will maintain periods of convection over the Rockies and parts of the central and southern plains into next week. Now, troughing across the northeast, along with embedded closed low or several disturbances will persist under the blocking pattern to the south and will result in cool and unsettled conditions for the East Coast. Okay, we're going to look at the period for June 19th, from the June 9th to the 13th. And we have an upper lows forecast here near the Aleutians, above normal heights, ran across Canada, and across the Midwest, and a trough along the west and the East Coast, with a below normal heights across the southern states. So for this forecast period has changed since yesterday. I am calling for above normal temperatures here with anomalies. Could be near or more than 8 degrees above normal, mainly across this area here. Below normal temperatures forecast for this region with anomalies. Could be near 4 degrees below normal, the greatest anomalies here. And for precipitation, I'm calling for above normal precipitation for the western states. Probability of occurrence is near 35%. And then we have below normal precipitation for this region here. Probability occurrence is near 40%. Looking ahead for June 14th to the 18th. Um, 14th to the 18th. What we have is above normal heights remaining across Canada and all of the higher latitudes in the Arctic. And we have an upper low here remaining across the Aleutians. Zonal flow below normal heights across much of the country. So for this forecast period, calling for above normal temperatures here due to the influence of above normal heights across Canada. And I'm calling for anomalies to be at least 6 degrees above normal. Below normal temperatures forecast here and for this region. And anomalies are forecast to be about 2 to 4 degrees below normal. And looking at precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here and for this region here. And the probability of occurrence is near 35%. And below normal precipitation forecast here, probability of occurrence is near 35%. And we're going to take one last look at the tropical system, or possible tropical system. Jumping the gun here. Here it is. And being closely monitored with a plane out there right now. That's it for now. That's the long-range weather forecast discussion for June 4th to the 18th. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.